thereafter, we're going to have Dr. Leah Komen, Daystar alumni, and Diana Letian and Anne Mudhoni also come on stage. So if I've called you, please just come and sit, and then once the person who's given the tribute finishes, you just take up, so at least we don't have a lot of lapse in time. So, Bwana Wanjigi, karibu sana. Njoo uje useme mawili matatu. And for the others that I've called, please don't hesitate. Just come up on stage if I've called you up. From McKinney and St. Christopher School, I don't know who is going to be speaking on behalf. If you're here, just come up on stage, please, so we can save a bit on time. Dr. Leah Komen from Daystar University, where she pursued her studies in mass communication. Also, kama unaweza kuja, asante sana.
Good morning, everybody. To the family of my good friend Jambi, I'm glad to see her mother. We know each other. Poleni sana to friends. In as much as we have come here to mourn Jambi, going at a young age, we are also here to celebrate her amazing life. Her amazing life. I met Jambi about 3 years ago, and she came to see me in my office with a great reggae fraternity. Ja Rastafari Ja, muko hapa. And I think they were headed by Jeff. Where's Jeff? Jeff Wangemi. And a man who used to cut my hair called George Obago. I don't know whether he's here. George, uko hapa? I don't know where this fraternity is. So they came over. And the one thing I remember so fondly of Jambi, because we had an instant connection, was her amazing voice. And I don't know why I had not placed it with the voice we used to hear on KBC. But it immediately thereafter connected. Jambi's voice was so warm, so captivating. She made you feel, every time she opened her mouth, that there was a message that was going to warm your soul. And she came at a time when we were looking towards an election of 2022. And she told me of her ambitions. We agreed that we were going to work together towards that election, and we were going to capture the reggae fraternity. And I remember her words that were very, very clear. She said reggae stood for unity and love, and that its purpose was a purpose that she lived by, a purpose for social and political change, for the betterment of the entire community. And she wanted to do that in Dagoretti North. Jambi was an inspiration untold. It's then that she told me about an ailment that I'd never heard of in my life. Never. Endometriosis. I'd never heard of it. And educated me about how it is something that ails about 10% of the population of the world. If you think of 800 billion people, 8 billion people, that is 800 million people, women, suffer from this excruciating ailment that has no cure. It is just a process of management. And she had endured this. In fact, when she took me through what she went through, I was asking her, how are you smiling? Because what you're talking about sounds so horrific that, I don't even know how you stand. When I visited her at her home, and her good mother cooked a lovely meal for us. She was, in fact, at that time quite ill. And you could tell she was going through a lot of agony. And even then, she told me that she's standing up and will continue to educate not only Kenyans, but the world about this ailment that one cannot avoid. If it comes, it comes. That has no cure, that takes people through a horrific living. Her strength and her sense of purpose to move people to a place of knowledge about what ails so many of us within us that we do not know about was phenomenal. Many of us, even in this congregation, go around with issues in our minds and in our hearts. Go around with issues that are very disturbing. But as a fraternity of Kenyans, we have learned to soldier on. She was a soldier who knew how to soldier on. But one thing I want to just state today that is very dear to me. She stood for justice, for social and economic change of our people. We must live by that mantra. Those of you that believe or have any heart for Jambi. This country is now plagued by continual social and economic injustice. Some of our leadership are people who wake up to cause pain every single day, notwithstanding the fact that we ourselves have got so much pain we are carrying. But just like Jambi, who saw a glass half full and not half empty, please have confidence that this country, no matter what anybody tries to do, is going to be half full and not half empty, and that we shall overcome all our challenges, and that those who perpetuate our pain are going to face the wrath of God. We know where Jambi is today. Jah has already judged her. Jah has judged her. Jah is holding her. And Jah has taken her to heaven because she stood on the right side of mankind. Let us wish the family all that we can do. All our hearts are with you. Jambi called just before she went to hospital, and we sent her a little support. If you need more support, we are here for you. We feel this pain just as much as you, but because of her legacy, we shall live on to fight for the ideals that she believed in. God bless you all. God give you strength. God bless this good country of ours. Asante sana.
Thank you very much for that strong tribute. Asante sana. Now we are going to have the video tribute, if it's ready, requesting us to turn our attentions to the screen from the Endo community. If we have the video.